YouTube, what's going on, man? It's Black House Booking. I'm bringing y'all a brand new video today, man. Welcome to November, man. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. And if you're old to the channel, man, watch all of my old videos. And this camera better not fall while I'm recording. Anyway, man, yes. I know what you're thinking. How y'all like my new do-rag? The debut of a brand new do-rag. I like it. It was worth the purchase. But anyway, man, today's video is going to be very special. We have way too early and way too bold predictions for WrestleMania 41. And I really had to put a lot of thought into this, guys, man. Please stick around, check out the video. Give me your thoughts. Give me some of your suggestions. Obviously, some of these are going to be fantasy booking, and it's going to be a couple of, you just can't be logical, people. What? You're terrible. You shouldn't be a booker, man. I would never watch your product, all right? Okay, I'm not a booker. I'm making videos and I'm giving my opinion. Some of these I don't expect to happen, but I would like for them to happen. And some of these I think are very reasonable to happen. But anyway, man, this is where the magic happens. Everybody should have their own personal journal. I do write my personal thoughts and feelings, but I also write a lot of my wrestling ideas that come to me when I don't want to put them in my phone. So let me open my handy dandy notebook. Let me flip to the page. But first things first, guys. Honorable mention. I posted this in the community tab, but I'll mention it very briefly. I had Andrade and Zelina Vega versus Santos Escobar and Elektra Lopez. And the reason why I had that is, one thing I did like from Triple H for WrestleMania 40 is that he damn near had everybody involved. So many matches and so many people got to showcase their talents. I don't really think we got really a like mixed tag team match at WrestleMania since what, John Cena and Nikki Bella versus Maurice and The Miz maybe. And if we did get something after that, I don't remember it. So you know what I'm saying? That's the most memorable mixed tag match, and that could like set the catalyst for bringing back the mixed tag challenge, having Andrade and Zelina Vega reunite for WrestleMania. And then, going against Santos and Elektra Lopez, because the story's there. They faced each other basically last year at WrestleMania. So, but I scratched that because I was like, I don't want to come off as biased. Y'all know how I feel about my anime cosplay queen, Zelina Vega. And y'all know Andrade is my favorite wrestler. So at the end of the day, I want to be unbiased as possible, even though a lot of this stuff is going to be outlandish on this list. So now that I got that out the way, it's going to be a long video. Let me get my energy right. It's peach, right? Yep. All right. So in no particular order, but I'm going to go night one, night two, and I'm also going to give y'all the build up for certain matches. So let's do this. Night one, I got Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. However, not for the world title. In this scenario, I do think that Seth and CM Punk are going to face each other at WrestleMania, but I have Seth costing CM Punk the Royal Rumble win. I have it down to 3 individuals, which includes Seth, CM Punk, and someone else who will be mentioned later on. And Seth costs CM Punk the win, and then the individual eliminates Seth Rollins after he eliminates CM Punk. But obviously, Seth Rollins has a personal vendetta against CM Punk, so Seth Rollins don't even care. So that's how we get a WrestleMania match between Seth Rollins and CM Punk. I don't care if it's for the title or not. I just would like to see that match happen. Number 2, we got it. Like I said, it's very hard to include everybody, but I try my best. We got a face Bailey versus a heel Naomi. Now, this is one that they could build up as a side plot. So my scenario is that Naomi turns on Bailey because Naomi and Bailey become a tag team and they go after the women's tag team championships. However, after 2 opportunities before WrestleMania, they lose both the opportunities, and Naomi blames Bailey, turns completely heel on her, attacks her, beats her down, and they get a match at WrestleMania. Nice little 10, 12-minute match spot, and, Naomi gets a WrestleMania moment, and Bailey gets to, compete at WrestleMania, and I think it's just a good one-off match. Next one. Tag team, WWE Tag Team Championship match, Motor City Machine Guns versus the heel Street Profits. So Street Profits turn heel. They take out every tag team. I'm talking about there's no tag team tournament. There's no number 1 contender. They're just going backstage and they're just wrecking shop. They're making sure that there's no other tag teams on Smackdown to be available to compete against the Motor City Machine Guns at WrestleMania. So we actually go full heel with the Street Profits. And we have the Street Profits versus Motor City Machine Guns. By the way, I want you guys in the comment sections to pick the winners of these matches if you feel inclined to do so. So I got the Hill Profits versus Motor City Machine Guns. And you know what? I'm just going to give this one. I would love for the Street Profits to get the W at WrestleMania, because that means the Motor City Machine Guns had the belts for a couple of months. So I think that's a pretty decent title reign if you ask me. And this is going to be my favorite one. Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio, hair versus retirement match. I think that Ray wants Dominic to retire him. I think Dominic should retire him, and this is how you get Dominic to become a babyface eventually, if not at WrestleMania itself. I think by then the Judgment Day stuff is going to be done, or at least the Rhea and Liv Morgan stuff is going to be done, so Dominic can go into business for his own. And then he wants to retire his dad. He's sick of his dad and Dragon Lee making fun of his WrestleMania poster on the bus and all this type of stuff. So he challenges him. I'll cut my hair and my mustache off. I'll be bald, just like you. But if I win, you have to retire and let me be my own man. Let me be the only Mysterio in WWE, and I'll let you guys decide who the victor should be for that. But obviously, you guys know who I would want to win that match. And then we got to do it. We got the Tongas and Jacob Fatu versus the Usos and Solo Sikoa. Guys, Solo Sikoa has to rejoin the OG bloodline, and they're not gonna give us Solo versus Jacob Fatu straight up at WrestleMania, and the Usos have to be at WrestleMania in some way, somehow. So we got to get the Usos and Solo Sikoa versus the Tongas and Jacob Fatu. I think that would be a great match for everybody involved, and then it will really showcase Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu, because obviously the Usos is gonna get their tag team stuff off against the Tonga. So I really think that would be a great match. Just a great 3v3 tag team match, just like we got the Pride versus the Final Testament. We got Legado del Fantasma versus LWO and Andrade. I mean, you know what I'm saying, we need multiple tag team matches to have multiple people involved, and obviously the build up to that is pretty plain and obvious as we see what's going on as of right now. In this one, we got to have another tag team match, a fatal four-way tag team ladder match for the women's tag team champions. Now, let me say this, right? The new tag team champion that actually dethroned Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, I'm going to go with Chelsea Green, and I'm going to go with Piper Niven, and they are the current tag team champions in this scenario, and they're going against Pure Fusion, which is Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler, versus the Kabuki Warriors, not Damage Control. Asuka returns from injury, and she teams up with Kairi Sane, and then we have Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. I like Indy Hartwell a lot. I really want her to develop and become better, so her getting a WrestleMania match would be very good for her. So I would like to see The Way, they could turn babyface if need be. The Way get a shot at the women's tag team championships. I'll let you guys decide the victor for that one, but I do think that I would love an Asuka return at WrestleMania. I think that would be pretty exciting. And let's try to wrap up night one. We got Braun Breaker versus Bronson Reed versus a face Austin Theory for the Intercontinental Championship. I know what you're thinking. How do we get here? Well, we need to start doing trades. I mean, you got Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce are general managers, right? So why do they not have the luxury of being able to trade mid-season? I mean, you guys have press conferences like this is real sports, like this is, you know what I'm saying? So why don't we do some trades? They traded Austin Theory after the fallout with Grayson Waller. Or we did, well, loser leaves the brand, and Grayson Waller beat Austin Theory, so Austin Theory had to go to Raw. Obviously, we keep Braun Breaker Hill. We keep Bronson Reed as almost like a tweener, or he could at least be a tweener by then. And then we got a full-on face Austin Theory. Great triple threat match, great up-and-coming guys. And then, the winner could... Whoever wins will benefit from it, and the other two losers will really not be hurt by taking the L here, especially Braun Breaker as a two-time Intercontinental Champion. And in my opinion, the main event of night one, and I'm saying this because if you win the Royal Rumble, you should be the main event of WrestleMania. So, that's just my opinion. I think that's how it should go, but we'll go from there. So if the women win, they should be the main event. And the main event, Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. Bianca Belair needs to get this Royal Rumble win. She'll have 2 under her belt, and Rhea Ripley will take the title eventually from Liv Morgan, even though she's, I don't know if it's kayfabe hurt or really hurt, or she's pregnant. Somebody said she's pregnant. I don't know. That's none of our business, but she's out. That's all we need to know. Liv Morgan can get some title runs against other people, but we need to get Rhea Ripley, that belt, so we get her versus Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. And I think that is a worthy main event, just like Rhea versus Charlotte should have been the main event of WrestleMania 39 night 1. And I think Triple H will correct that wrong, because that was a banger match, and it was better than the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, in my opinion. So, night two, Lucha Bros. Yes, the Lucha Bros debut at WrestleMania. I don't know how long the contracts are, but in a fantasy world, in a perfect world, by then they'll be out of that Tony Khan situation, and the Lucha Bros can actually debut at WrestleMania against American Made. Now I don't know how long American Made and LWO are going to be getting into it with one another, but if it lasts a decent amount of time and we change in course, American Made takes out LWO, and then Lucha Bros step up, because obviously Rey Mysterio is busy with Dominic, and Dragon Lee, just like last year, is nowhere to be found, or he got hurt. So we get the Lucha Bros, which are the reinforcements, versus American Made for the Raw Tag Team belts. Yes, American Made are the Raw Tag Team champions. I think they should be the ones to get the belts. Me personally, at least by that time, I think they will look great with the belts. And the Creed brothers have really, I really warmed up to them, so I would like to see that. United States Championship match, LA Knight versus Grayson Waller. Now, I know what you're thinking. You want LA Knight to lose that crown jewel. How does he get the belt back? Why not make him a two-time United States champion? You made Braun Breaker a two-time United States champion. And I know everyone wants him to be elevated to the main event scene, but even if he is, I still think Cody would beat him one-on-one. It's not like if he gets elevated to the main event scene, he's going to take the belt off of Cody. That just won't happen. So with that being said, I would like for Grayson Waller's a great heel, right? He got Austin Theory up out of there. LA Knight stepped up. It'll be some great promos, great build up. You got two talkers against one another, so the promos and the vignettes and everything backstage is going to be cool. And then you have LA Knight versus Grayson Waller, where LA Knight has the United States Championship, and then maybe we're building the future. Maybe the young guy gets the belt. WWE Women's Title, Tiffany Stratton versus Becky Lynch. Everyone wants Tiffany versus Charlotte Flair. I disagree. It'll be, in the words of Cody Rhodes, it'll be very apropos. But the blonde versus blonde, but we don't got to do that. We can use our brains and our imaginations. Becky Lynch doesn't have to return and go to Raw. She could return and go to Smackdown and challenge Tiffany Stratton for the women's WWE Championship after she successfully cashes in on Nia Jax. So that's what I would like to see personally. Tiffany versus Becky, I think it's more interesting than Tiffany versus Charlotte. Obviously, they will want that to be the passing of the torch, but they're nowhere near like the same type of character. So that, and I don't know if Charlotte Flair comes back as a babyface or a heel. And obviously, Tiffany Stratton is like a tweener right now. But I think her versus Becky, you could flip it whichever way you really want to be honest. And with Charlotte Flair being mentioned, I like to see Charlotte Flair versus Jade Cargill. If you're not going to take the chance on Jade Cargill as a solo star, why did you give her all that money? Why didn't you send her to NXT? Let's see what she can do. It doesn't have to be a damn 20-minute classic, all right? There are a lot of matches on WrestleMania. This can be easily a 10-minute spot, especially with Charlotte Flair coming off of injury. Obviously, she should be good by then. But we could get Charlotte Flair versus Jade Cargill. Charlotte Flair gets some great offense. Jade Cargill looks very strong. Gets to do a lot of lifting and body slamming and things of that nature. And now we can really see this should be Jade Cargill's first singles match. Her and Bianca Belair are still a pseudo tag team, but Bianca Belair won the Royal Rumble, so she went to go challenge for the belt, and Jade Cargill was called out by Charlotte Flair to see who's really the apex predator of the women's division. So that's what I would like to see, and I think that would be a great match for her. And so I'm going out of order, but the winner of the Royal Rumble challenging for the WWE Championship, which will be John Cena versus Randy Orton. Pause. Wait a minute. Calm down. Yes, Randy Orton beats Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. Not only does he beat him at Royal Rumble for the championship, he also defeats him in the rematch for the title. So Randy Orton is definitively the WWE champion. And John Cena, yes, John Cena wins the Royal Rumble. He was the third guy involved with Seth Rollins and CM Punk. And John Cena was the last man standing, so he wins the Royal Rumble. And Randy doesn't want to give him that match at WrestleMania. Well, make that a part of the story. You have no choice now. I won the Royal Rumble, and I want you to be my WrestleMania match. So I'm challenging you, and let's see if I could be the 17-time champion, break Ric Flair's record, or if you're gonna stop me and prevent me from elevating, just like you used to do back in the day. Obviously, I would want John Cena to get the win. I think that would be great. And then in this one is one that was very hard for me to come up with, but I'm going to explain why. Gunther versus Damian Priest World Heavyweight Championship. Why? I think Triple H isn't done with Damian Priest, and I don't want to see Damian Priest versus Finn Balor at WrestleMania. The story doesn't have to stretch that long. The Judgment Day stuff should be done by the time we get to this point in time, and I would love to see Gunther versus Damian Priest, like just one-on-one, straight up, you know, for the World Heavyweight Championship, because actually, I think they have good chemistry. I think their match is pretty good, you know, so I would really like to, you know, really want to see a rematch, and Damian Priest didn't get his rematch, so it is what it is, and he lost against Dominic Mysterio recently, so he's not getting his rematch no time soon. So I think Gunther and Damian Priest could put on a 5-star classic easily. And this one is a #1 contenders match. We got to have multi-person matches to get people involved. Winner gets a world title shot, whether that be the WWE Championship or the World Heavyweight Championship. We have an eight-man match, 8-man elimination match. We need stuff like that back in WWE. We have Kevin Owens versus Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes, yes, versus Sami Zayn versus Carmelo Hayes versus Sheamus versus Finn Balor versus Andrade, because I canceled the Andrade and Zelina Vega match. So winner gets a shot at, you know, the at whatever brand they're on. They get a shot at that title. I want Money in the Bank to return to WrestleMania. I would rather see women's Money in the Bank night 1, men's Money in the Bank night 2, instead of just having a PLE of Money in the Bank, but I don't see that happening. So if it doesn't happen, this will be a great alternative for the men, because I don't want to see no damn Andre the Giant Battle Royal, Slim Jim Battle Royal. Let's just do something like this that actually means something. And I don't want to see no damn, let's make a Heritage World Cup for the main roster. No. And last but not least, the most obvious The Rock versus Roman Reigns for control of the family, for the real tribal chief of the family and WWE. Obviously, we got to get Rock versus Roman. I don't want to wait till next year. I don't want to wait till the year after. Let's get it out the way. The Rock can give us the dream match that people want. He could like keep focusing on his Hollywood career, and Roman can you know, finally get over as a baby face that Vince McMahon always wanted him to be. And I think, and even though I just said whoever wins the Royal Rumble should be the main event, I mean, the women got screwed WrestleMania 39, so maybe you screwed John Cena this time around, because I don't see how this wouldn't be the main event, which unless you put the title on The Rock, which you guys said I was an idiot for saying. So we can't do that. So why don't we do this instead? Sorry, John. Sorry, Randy. But I want the women to get their main event match. And I think Bianca Belair versus Rhea is a main event worthy match for WrestleMania. And Rock versus Roman it got to be the last match. Like, because it's going to be shenanigans, just like everything else. Bring out all the Tongas and the 5-2s and the Snookers and the I can't pronounce Roman Reigns' last name, but y'all know it start with an A. Bring out everybody, even the ones who just got signed. You know what I'm saying? And they haven't done anything yet. Just the Zillas, the Rillas, the Tongas, the Tamaloas, the Tongaloas, the Tahaha Loas, whatever everybody's name is. Bring back Tamina. Bring out Nia Jackson, Tamina to go at it. Tamina is on the Rock side. Nia Jackson's on Roman's side. You know what I'm saying? But bring out everybody. That's what I want to see. Cody Rhodes got that moment. They should get that moment as well, I think. But let me know what you guys think, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for the love and support. Like I said, this is really fantasy booking. We just having fun, man. We don't got to be critical and do commentary on things that we don't like all the time. Let's have fun. Let's have a good time. I think this was probably, a lot of these, I think I was cooking. If y'all don't think I was cooking, that's cool. It's difference of opinion. But let me know what you would book at WrestleMania 41. And like I said, way too early and a little bold prediction. So, man, I had fun making this video, man. Thank you guys for the love and support as always. And if you're watching this, it is Friday. You know, on Friday, we stream. I will see you at 5:30. Let's talk a little bit more. Peace.